Most teachers think a good video is enough. The problem is, students can watch an entire video and then remember almost nothing. In this video, I will tell you about the simple tasks that turn video clips into learning materials. Active viewing means observation, thinking, taking notes and questioning, and not just watching. So if you have video material for the students in a learning management system provided, or if you teach an inverted classroom like I do at the moment, video material is really helpful. Still, just providing the video as additional material to watch will not yield a learning outcome for the students. First, the selection matters. Select an educational video that fits the current content for the students, obviously, but also look a little bit for the quality of the video. YouTube and other platforms have a lot of videos on different topics, and sometimes the content is very valuable, but if you provide students with a 20-minute video where the sound is awful, it's super hard to listen and it's not fun. Check also that the audio quality and the overall video quality is decent. Specific tasks to watch the video will be, before watching, for example, writing down what they already know about this topic, and in case it fits, this is always specific to each scenario. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it makes sense to also ask the students what they expect to learn from that video. And then also not only what they would expect to learn, but sometimes if you ask what they would like to learn, this could be also a good option. That's before watching the video. While watching the video, tell them to watch it carefully, and if it's longer than 10 minutes, there should be sections mentioned. So for example, for one of my other courses, I provide them with video material on concepts for synthetic lethality, for example. It's an biology lecture and the video is pretty long, and 30 minutes or an hour, and I specified the time points like between minute 29.3 and 31.4 is where the information is given that is relevant for this course. So the students can watch the whole video, but they also can jump to this section and get the information. If the video is shorter than 10 minutes, it's okay to have it watched completely. So now there are two ways to guide the students while watching. There's a general way and then a specific way. So the general way is to ask them to take notes on the main points, examples, explanations, new terms, and note down questions. Very important now is the task to write a summary of the video's content, 100 words, that is about 5 to 10 sentences, directly after they have watched the video. This will really solidify what was seen, and you not only watch passively, but you actively have to write in your own words what you just saw in this video. It's not that easy if you do it the first time also, so let them know that it's okay if it's just a few sentences and if they have to rewatch again, for example. The summary writing is really a powerful tool. And then there is the possibility to give them the following questions. What did you understand? What would you like to ask again? How can you apply what you have learned, or whatever fits to the topic? It's topic relevant. But you see, it's more general, the question about the principles of what have been learned. In the plenum or in the session that is after this remote everyone does it alone task, you can ask to discuss these answers that the students came up with their partners. So doing a one-to-one exchange, you can ask them to exchange the summary that they wrote and comment on the other person's summary. So peer review using the students. That's also very powerful if you have big classes, large classes of students. Another very powerful trick for triggering critical thinking is asking the students for their opinion. In plenum, with everyone there watching and listening, you can also moderate the discussion or this change of opinion and thoughts by raising a critical point or a controversial point if it's possible for this topic. The point is, you want to ask the students to share their opinion and thoughts to what they have seen and wrote about in their own words, because then they have watched, they have written, and you made them speak. So that's very powerful. So that was the general way to guide them while watching and afterwards. And what's the specific way? It's in principle the same that's apply for general, but instead of what did you understand, what would you like to re-ask, how can you apply what you've learned, you would ask specific questions for the topic. For example, in my synthetic lethality example, I would specifically ask them to describe what is synthetic lethality, what is an example from mammalian cells, Things like that could be asked. Or it could be required that you write a section in a lab report, which is what I do. So that's very simple and easily done and easily prepared for any instructor, and it changes everything. So again, students do not learn by just watching a video or video clips or video materials. They learn by doing something with it. Instead of pressing play and hoping that they pay attention, give them clear tasks, because even if the students make notes for themselves, they are sometimes a bit lost because they make notes for everything, and you want to focus on the learning goals for this piece of learning material. So give them specific and clear tasks, ask them what they know, what they expect to learn, guide them with note-taking, guide them with short summaries, and guide them with reflections. And this can be in writing or it can be in the plenum in class together. And more importantly, really make sure the video has a decent quality, no background noise, the audio-visual experience is very important. And this leads then to an audio-visual writing and talking experience, and that results in learning. 100%. I recommend for any educator to try this yourself if you haven't done it yet, and then you will see how efficient this is, and that it's really helpful to do this with students and to spend the time also on this. It's much more helpful to spend 10 minutes in class with such a reflection and discussion instead of pumping through 20 PowerPoint slides with new information. I hope this is helpful for some people. I would be interested who has experience with such specific tasks for video clips and video materials, and what's your verdict? How did it work? What's your feedback from the students? Let me know. Subscribe for more time saver teaching hacks, because it's a time saver. Students save time. They use the time efficiently watching the video and learning from it, and you save time because you don't have to explain so much. The video is the explanatory material. Subscribe if you like this type of content. Comment if you made it that far. So this might be an explanation next time if you give students a video to watch but they don't seem to learn anything from it. It's a bit on us educators to make the learning experience into a learning experience and not just a sofa watching a video experience. Happy teaching!